Let's talk about what it even means to manage your energy. Well, I got to give you an example. The other day, I walked into work and I walked in the office and I've got, my computer bag and all my stuff, my coffee, my water, and I'm just trying to get to my desk. And someone says, Christy, you look tired. And I was like, really? Really? Because I have 3 kids under age 6. I've been tired since 2014, y'all. Like, it feels like tired has become a way of life. And normally I'm a really energetic person, but the reality is our energy is finite. Whether you have kids or not, whether you have a crazy job or not, at some point, you're going to run out of energy. And that's why I want to talk about what it looks like to not only manage it, but to even boost it. I'm going to give you 5 specific things that you can do right now, today, this week, that's going to boost your energy. Because here's what I've noticed. A lot of people spend their energy on things that aren't important to them. They waste their energy. They put energy into things that don't matter, and then they don't have energy left over for the things that do. And I'm not just talking about time or money or your attention. I'm talking about the effort, the enthusiasm, because let's be honest, coffee can only do so much. At some point, we have to get smart about how we manage our energy. Now, I know some women, some people that, let's say women, for example. I know some women that they put a lot of energy into going back behind their husband and redoing house chores. They want him to help, please help, so he helps. And he folds the towels, but he didn't do it right. No, he didn't. So they go back behind him and refold the towels. Or they go back behind him and reorganize the dishwasher. Have you done that? You have done that. I know you have done that. I know it's Tetris and you think you are the queen of dishwasher Tetris, but that's a lot of energy for some dishes that are still gonna get clean, y'all. They're still gonna get clean. I know a lot of women that put all their energy into worrying themselves sick over who's gonna get the next rose or not get the rose on The Bachelorette. I know women that spend hours and hours making scrapbooks. Now, I'll tell you, none of those things are important to me. They're not wrong. They're just not important to me. Towels being folded a certain way, the dishwasher being loaded a certain way, though I may have done that once or twice. I've gotten over it. I'm recovering. Scrapbooking, The Bachelorette, those are things that are just not important to me. So I don't put any of my energy there. None. But there are other areas that I put a lot of my energy to. Playing with my kids, getting on the floor, wrestling, scavenger hunts, walks around the park, exercising, stuff like this, getting to do work with you all and the show. That stuff I put a lot of energy to. I get really excited about because those things are important to me. So it's really important as we look at not only how we spend our time and our money and our attention, I want you to think about the types of things you're putting your energy into. What are the types of things that you are actually giving your effort, your enthusiasm, all of those things that you pour yourself into? What are those for you? Here's the good news. That regardless of if you are feeling drained and empty and needing some more coffee, or if you feel like you are overflowing and rested, probably unlikely, but maybe you're there. I want to give you 5 specific things that you can do to boost your energy today. Like, these are super practical, super tactical. You can start them right now. They will make a difference in your week. And this is real time because I will tell you, I've been doing these things specifically the last week, and it has made a massive difference. I don't feel like I'm dragging throughout the day near as much anymore. I feel like I have control. I feel like my schedule is consistent, and I feel more energetic. So let me give you these 5 things. Number 1, set an earlier bedtime. I know you heard that before, but you haven't done it. I didn't either. I've heard it a million times, but here's what was so eye-opening for me. It wasn't just going to bed earlier, because that idea is a moving target. Like, what is earlier? Well, every night is a different time. Are Matt and I watching a show? Are we staying up talking? Are we out with friends? Are the kids being crazy and we can't get them down? Different things, different variables would affect my bedtime. So my bedtime varied anywhere from 8 o'clock on the nights that I'm exhausted to 11 o'clock if I'm staying up late for some reason. And so since it was this moving target, the amount of sleep that I got varied. The time that I woke up varied. How I felt when I woke up varied. And the energy that I had varied greatly. So I did something new. So simple, so simple. I just set a specific bedtime, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. was the bedtime I decided was right for me. And I even got more specific and I decided I was going to head up to my bed from downstairs at 9:30 p.m. to begin to read. I'm always wanting to read personal development books and business books and that type of thing. So I thought 9:30, whatever I'm doing is going to stop and I'm going to head upstairs. I'm going to read, take my contacts out, all of that for 30 minutes and wind down, not look at my phone, and go to bed at 10 p.m. That guarantees that I'm going to get a set amount of sleep, which is going to obviously help my energy. So the number one way that you can affect your energy and boost your energy is to set a specific, consistent, earlier bedtime. That's number one. Now, number two is similar because these go together. I want you to set a specific and earlier wake-up time. Now, this wake-up time should be in proportion to the bedtime, so you have a set amount of hours that you feel good about for sleep. You know what makes you feel rested. You know what makes you feel good. You're starting your day fresh. So for me, it's 7 hours. I need to get 7 hours of sleep to feel really, really good. So if I go up to my room at 9:30, my bedtime, I am asleep, lights out by 10 p.m., 5 a.m. is my new wake-up time. And y'all, let me tell you why this is so amazing. 5 a.m. is before my kids wake up. Can I get an amen? If you can just wake up before your children. There is something holy about the hour before my children wake up, not just because I'm reading my Bible, but because I am alone. It's peace, it's quiet, and most importantly, I wake up as me. If you're a mom and all you ever wake up to is being mom, you're waking up to, I need milk, turn on Blaze, he hit me, where's my clothes? You wake up frantic, reactive, frazzled. You wake up as a crazy, rushed, frantic mom. But if you wake up before that, you wake up as you. You have this precious time of peace and quiet. You can do whatever you want. Here's what else I love about 5 a.m. That's the right wake-up time for me specifically. I know that my kids wake up around 6:15, and so I know I'm going to get about an hour and 15 minutes before them. But it's also early enough to make sure I get quiet time where I can read my Bible, where I can pray. I can do about 20 minutes of yoga if I want to. I can also even work out if I want to during that time. I can fit in a run and have Bible time all before my kids wake up. In addition with having a cup of coffee that I can drink before it gets cold and has to be microwaved. So many wonderful things happen between 5 and 6:15 a.m. And I've done this every morning the last week. And y'all, it has changed my entire day. It has changed how I feel about myself, and it's definitely changed my energy. But I don't want you to just set an earlier wake-up time but still go to bed late. I want you to set that earlier bedtime that's consistent every night. And then with that, your second step is to set your earlier wake-up time, if you have kids, before your kids wake up, where you can do whatever you want. You can read, you can pray, you can work out, you can do yoga, you can just be quiet. Those two things will transform not only how you experience your day, but they will definitely boost your energy. You have a consistent schedule. You know you're getting sleep. You have time alone, and you are fitting in the things that are most important to you, like reading personal development books at night or reading your Bible in the morning and working out. That creates a structure that makes you feel safe, in control, and helps you boost your energy. But I want to give you 3 more things you can do that are super simple and practical to help you boost your energy. The third thing that you can do to help you boost your energy is to stay in your strengths. During the day, when you're going about the day, and I know you have tasks that don't fall in your strengths, we all do, but as much as you can, align your to-do list and your calendar with your strengths, with your gifts and talents, the things that make you light up and come alive. Because here's what I found. When you stay in your strengths and you work in your strengths, you expend energy and effort in things that are your strengths, it actually gives you energy. It actually fills you back up. It's amazing how this works. Y'all, I can be speaking for 3 days straight at Business Boutique, and at the end of those 3 days, it's not that I'm not tired. Of course I'm tired, but it's that good kind of tired where I can't wait to wake up and do it all again. But if you ask me to fill out an Excel spreadsheet, like put data in, look at numbers, details, read some fine print. I got 5 minutes and then I need a nap. It's exhausting. When you do things that you're not good at, that you don't enjoy, it drains your energy so fast. So as much as you can, spend your day, spend your time, spend your life. Use your skills in things that are in your strengths. That's the third way to boost your energy. The fourth way is really simple as well. Move your body throughout the day. Before I come in the studio in here, I'm like, doing some high kicks, doing some punches, trying to get my body moving to boost my energy, to be excited and enthusiastic on camera for you guys. Moving your body actually gives you energy. Even if you take a quick walk during your lunch break, people think that you need energy to exercise, but it's the opposite. Exercise gives you energy. So move your body throughout the day to boost your energy. And the fifth and final simple practical thing you can do is to eat throughout the day. And I'll be honest, I'm terrible at this. Like I will look up, it's 2:00. I don't have a watch on, but pretend 2:00 and I haven't eaten all day. I rush out the door, I fly through lunch working on meetings or talking to people, and I just get distracted and I just forget. And then my energy absolutely plummets in the afternoon. And I realize it's because I haven't eaten. So one of the things that really helps me is packing snacks ahead of time. Packing snacks, granola bars, almonds, whatever, good healthy things in my computer bag that's gonna give me energy. Sure, you can eat a sugary snack and it feels good for a second, but then your energy drops. If you eat throughout the day, small snacks in addition with your meals, it's gonna keep your energy up. Y'all, if you do these 5 things, an earlier set bedtime that's consistent every night, an earlier set wake-up time that's consistent every morning, regardless of what's going on, then you're gonna know how much sleep you're getting and it's gonna help your energy. You also want to stay in your strengths, move throughout the day, and eat consistently throughout the day. If you do these 5 things, I promise you, it will boost your energy immediately. When you do this, you're gonna have more energy for what is most important to you. And I know that that's your heart and that's your goal because those things matter the most. We're not gonna spend our energy wasting it over here, scrolling through social media, going behind our husband, fixing his towels, or wasting on things that don't matter. Instead, you can do things that boost your energy so you can put it towards what's most important to you.